Often in algebra, when we're simplifying, we have to do the strategy known as distributing and combining like terms. The idea is all based in order of operations, which has multiplication happening before addition, because that multiplication is really just repeated addition. So when we see an expression like the examples we're going to see in this video, we're going to multiply first, which we're going to call distribute. Then we will add, which we call combining like terms, which is really just adding together. So multiplying before we add. So let's take a look at some examples where we do just that. We're going to start with this example. We're going to do 3 times 4x minus 2 minus 5 times 7x minus 1. And the idea of distributing and combining like terms is we're going to take that front factor and we're going to distribute it onto both, multiplying by both of them. So 3 times 4x is 12x, and 3 times a negative 2 is a negative 6. Then we take that negative 5 and we distribute it onto both terms. Keeping the sign with it, negative 5 times 7 is negative 35x, and negative 5 times negative 1 is a positive 5. Then we just have to combine like terms. We've got the 12x minus 35x. That's negative 23x. And negative 6 plus 5 is just a negative 1, giving us our final simplified solution. Let's take a look at another example that's kind of similar to that. Let's do 4 times x plus 3 minus 3x minus 1. Very similar. We're going to start by multiplying or distributing with that number out front. That's going to get multiplied by both terms, giving us 4x plus 12. For the second half, there's that little negative sign. That negative sign has to distribute through the entire parentheses as well. So a negative 3x and a negative negative 1 makes it a positive 1. And then we go back and combine like terms. 4x minus 3x is just x, and 12 plus 1 is plus 13, giving us our solution. Now, this idea of distributing and combining like terms can extend onto more complicated looking expressions, such as x plus 2 times x minus 4. So for a problem like this, just like we did with the number in front, we're going to take this x plus 2 and we're going to put it on the x. So we've got an x times the x plus 2. We're also going to distribute the x plus 2 and put it on the negative 4. So we have negative 4 times x plus 2. Now it looks just like the problems we had before, where we can distribute, giving us x squared plus 2x, and distribute the negative 4 through, giving us negative 4x and a negative 8. And then we can go back and combine like terms in the middle, giving us x squared minus 2x minus 8 for our final solution. This idea can actually extend onto if I see something like 5y minus 7 squared. Now, be careful here. I often see people want to distribute the squared through, and that is not allowed. You cannot distribute an exponent onto terms inside of parentheses, because what that exponent of squared really means is we're taking 5y minus 7 and multiplying it by itself, 5y minus 7. So we're going to do much the same thing. We're going to take this front piece and we're going to distribute it onto the 5y. So we've got a 5y times the 5y minus 7. Then we'll take that 5y minus 7 and multiply it by the negative 7, giving us negative 7 times 5y minus 7. Now again, it looks like our original examples. So we'll distribute the 5y out front, giving us 25y squared minus 35y. Distributing the negative 7 through gives us negative 35y and a positive 49. And then we just have to combine the like terms in the middle, giving us our final answer of 25y squared minus 70y plus 49. And we'll put a box around it. But let's take that logic one step further. And what if you had 2x minus 1 times an x squared minus 3x plus 4? Well, this is still the exact same idea of distributing. We can take that thing out front and distribute it onto the x squared. So we have x squared, 2x minus 1. Distribute it onto the second term, and I've got a negative 3x times the 2x minus 1. Distribute it onto the 4, and I've got a positive 4 times the 2x minus 1. And now it looks like a big distribute and combine like terms problem. Distribute the x squared through, giving us 2x cubed minus an x squared. Distribute the negative 3x, keeping that negative with it, gives us negative 6x squared. And negative 3 times negative 1 is a positive 3x. Then 4 times 2x is plus 8x. And 4 times negative 1 is a negative 4. Now we combine like terms. We've got these 2x cubes out front, no like terms there. Negative x squared and negative 6x squared are like terms, giving us negative 7x squared. 3x and 8x, those are like terms, giving us 11x's. And finally, all that's left is just that negative 4 at the end to finish our expression, giving us our final answer. That's the idea of this section: distribute and combine like terms. Let your instructor know if you have any questions, and good luck on the assignment.